They say revenge dies with time. But for this queen, it only grew stronger. When her husband betrayed her, she didn't just punish him. She made his death, and what came after, a warning carved into human flesh. This isn't just a myth. It's one of history's most disturbing acts of royal vengeance. In the age of empires, alliances were sealed with marriage and broken with blood. This is the forgotten tale of Queen Tomyris of the Misogte, a warrior queen whose vengeance would haunt even conquerors like Cyrus the Great. But this story isn't just about war. It's about betrayal, grief, and the moment love turns into something darker, something terrifying. We're going deep into a story that history books often gloss over, a tale where the lines between justice and horror blur completely. So, buckle up, because this journey takes us to the edge of civilization, where a queen's sorrow forged an empire's nightmare. Queen Tomyris ruled over the fierce nomadic tribes east of Persia, a people who lived by the sword and honored their dead like gods. Her domain was the vast, untamed steppe, a world away from the gilded palaces of her neighbors. But when the Persian emperor, Cyrus the Great, the most powerful man in the world, sought to conquer her land, he first offered peace through a strategic marriage. Tomyris, a shrewd and experienced leader, saw through the veil of diplomacy. She sensed deceit in his proposal and refused him outright, understanding that this peace was just a stepping stone to subjugation. Her rejection enraged Cyrus. If he couldn't take her kingdom through marriage, he would take it by force. He launched an attack, but it wasn't a straightforward battle. Instead, he laid a cunning trap, a banquet laden with wine, something the Misogte were not accustomed to. Her son, Spargapises, who led her army, fell for the ruse. He and a third of the Misogte forces were ambushed and captured while in a drunken stupor. Rather than live with the dishonor of capture, the young prince took his own life. That day, a mother's grief transformed into a queen's fury. Tomyris swore an oath to the sun god. She would destroy the man who called himself great. She sent a message to Cyrus, promising him a bath in blood. Tomyris rallied her warriors, riders painted in ash and blood, armed with curved blades and a burning fury. This was no longer a battle for territory, it was a crusade for vengeance. When the Persian army returned, confident in their numbers and tactics, they met an army that fought with the ferocity of cornered wolves. They fought not for land, but for their slain prince and their insulted queen. The battle raged for hours on the plains, a chaotic symphony of steel and screams, until Cyrus the Great, the unconquered conqueror, was slain. But for Tomyris, his death was not enough. The debt of her son's life had to be paid in a way the world would never forget. She ordered her soldiers to find Cyrus's body amidst the carnage and bring it to her. Then came the moment that turned history into horror. According to the ancient chronicler Herodotus, she had his head cut off. She then took a wineskin, a symbol of the very trick that had cost her son his life, and filled it to the brim with human blood. Holding Cyrus's severed head, she plunged it into the gruesome container, declaring with chilling finality, "You have always thirsted for blood, now drink your fill." But that wasn't the only version of her vengeance, not by a long shot. In the whispers and legends passed down through Central Asian folklore for centuries, the story evolved into something even darker, something more visceral. They say Tomyris didn't just kill Cyrus and defile his head. She had his skin flayed from his body, stretched taut, and displayed as a terrifying banner. Some versions of the legend claim she even had his preserved skin stitched into the fabric of her royal tent, a permanent, grotesque warning to any future invader who dared to approach her lands. Think about that for a moment, an emperor's skin as a decoration. An even more chilling variation of the tale says she wore parts of his preserved skin into battle, transforming herself from a mere queen into a living curse, a ghost queen draped in the flesh of her enemy. Was this just a myth? A scary story told around campfires to frighten children and rival tribes? Or was it a truth so gruesome that even the ancient scribes, accustomed to brutality, found it too monstrous to record in their official histories? The line between legend and reality often blurs in the sands of time, and sometimes the most terrifying stories are the ones that have a kernel of truth. Whether fact or folklore, the effect was the same. After that cataclysmic battle, the mighty Persian Empire avoided her lands for generations. Her vengeance became a legend whispered in fear across empires. Her image was carved into ancient reliefs, depicting her as both a protective goddess and a terrifying monster. Even centuries later, nomadic parents would tell their children the story, ending with the solemn warning, "Never betray a queen who mourns," because her ghost, they say, still rides beneath the steppe moon, a phantom warrior still wearing the face of her greatest enemy. Her story became a permanent fixture in the psychology of the region, a testament to the fact that power, when challenged by profound grief, can unleash a fury that defies all reason and strategy. Tomyris's vengeance wasn't an act of madness. It was a message, written in blood and bone for all of history to read. A message that even the mightiest empires bleed when they underestimate the heart of a queen, especially a grieving mother. Her story serves as a timeless, brutal reminder that power built on betrayal always ends in blood. Thank you so much for joining us on this dive into one of history's most intense stories of revenge. If you found this tale as fascinating as we did, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss another journey into the dark corners of the past. Let us know in the comments what historical story you want us to uncover next. Until then, stay curious.